What's up everybody, it's Sean here today to give you guys a review of the Off-White collaboration with Nike on this Air Force 1 Mid in the black and clear colorway. Today's video is brought to you by Heffelux. Heffelux is my all-time favorite sneaker insoles, and they sell ETPU insoles, which essentially is the same material you'll find in Adidas Boost. So if you're looking to add some additional comfort inside your shoes, be sure to check out their website, which I've linked down below in the description box. You'll see they sell a variety of different insoles, so depending on the type of insole density and the cushioning setup you're looking for, you're going to find there's a suitable insole for anyone. So I've been a paying customer of Heffelux for years now, and to me, I personally find them to be very comfortable. So if you guys want to check them out and try a pair for yourself, be sure to use the code SEANGO at checkout and get 15% off your entire purchase. So this is the latest collaboration between Off-White and Nike, and this time they're experimenting on a silhouette that they've never done before, the Air Force 1 Mid. So this pair is set to release alongside a white colorway as well, both dropping on June 23rd for $185 US or $240 here in Canada, and the official colorway for this one is black and clear. And in typical Off-White Nike fashion, this is a very reinvented take on your classic Air Force 1 Mid, and according to Nike.com, it's supposed to be more of a futuristic spin on what the shoe would look like. So first things first, here's a quick look at the box. The entire exterior of the box is given this brick-like pattern to it, and in between the bricks on the very top it reads, Off-White, care of Nike. And on the interior side of the lid, we have this green colored finish with both Off-White and Nike co-branding, and the paper is also specially branded as well, which was a nice added touch. As for the shoe itself, so this is a very strange and very unique take on the Air Force 1 Mid. The upper of the shoe for the most part is constructed out of this mesh material, but it features this wood grain pattern found throughout, and when you look at the shoe in hand, this mesh is actually done in a combination of gray and black, so when you look at it in natural bright light, it looks a lot brighter, whereas if you're looking at the shoe indoors or just with less light, it looks more like a true black. Moving downwards, you can see we have this circular overlay, which reveals this black colored fly wire, which is where the secondary lace loops through. And then on the midfoot of the lateral side, we have this translucent TPU swoosh, which is secured onto the body of the shoe using this exaggerated thick black stitching. And attached on the back of the swoosh on the lateral side only, we have that signature orange colored off-white tab. Above this, for the eyelets, this is stylized in a jagged tooth-like fashion with a fuse overlay on top. And then if I flip the shoe over to the medial side, you'll see we have another translucent swoosh here as well, and then underneath this we have that text which we've all come to know, which reads Off-White for Nike Air Force 1, Beaverton, Oregon, USA, circa 1982, which refers to the year the Air Force 1 was debuted. Next to this, we have this material which almost feels like a ripstop nylon material, and this covers the back end of the medial side, and this is also what forms the strap of the shoe as well. So this strap attaches onto the lateral side using Velcro, which allows you to customize the fit and lockdown of this shoe. Surrounding the bottom of the heel, we have this black colored TPU heel clip, which gives you added structure and support for the back end of the shoe. And then we have this translucent layer running down the center, which forms a heel pull tab at the very top. And then we have more of that mesh material underneath this, with Nike Air embroidered in black. So for the laces, these come with two laces on one shoe. So we have these oval style laces in white, which like I mentioned earlier, laces through these fly wire cables and sit on top of the black laces. And underneath this we have a stretchy ribbon style lace, which is done in black. And the white colored laces lace through this lace lock as well, which is done in a mix of this yellowed aged color along with this hot pink at the top. Underneath this, the tongue is also constructed out of that same mesh material with that wood grain pattern to it. It is slightly padded, which gives you more comfort, and on the top we have Air with the Nike swoosh, which is embroidered in this graffiti style fashion. As for the insoles, these come with a foam line insole which felt pretty thin to the touch, and stamped on the heel we have Off-White branding. Hanging off the laces on the left foot, this would not be an Off-White Nike collaboration if it didn't have that signature zip tie. So this is done in this orange colored finish, and it reads here Off-White, care of Nike, circa 2022, and zip tie in quotation marks. So the upper of the Air Force 1 sits atop this rubber cupsole, which is painted in black. You'll notice on the forefoot area, the midsole looks like your classic Air Force 1 midsole, however it starts to become wavy towards the back end of this shoe. And unlike your normal Air Force 1 sneaker, this pair features a cutout on the heel, revealing the air sole unit that's found within the midsole, and the air unit itself is done in this orange color. Turning the shoe over to the bottom, so this outsole is very strange and very unique. So this combines elements of your classic Air Force 1 outsole, which is denoted in this black colored rubber. So we still have that standard circular traction pattern on the forefoot and the heel, but they've changed things up by incorporating the spiky rubber finish, and this is done in a combination of pink, blue, and green colored rubber, which protrudes out of the forefoot of the shoe, and they've added more of this as well on the medial edge in the middle. So that breaks down the look and the construction of these off-white Air Force 1 mids. And for those wondering about sizing, to me these fit like most of my other Air Force 1s, so I'd recommend most people to go a half size down from a true size. So I'm a true size 10, slightly on the wider side. Unfortunately, I was only able to get these in a size 10. So trying these on, they felt a little bit roomy. There was just over a thumb's width between the edge of the shoe and the top of my toe. So ideally that 9.5 would have been perfect. But long story short, whatever size you normally wear for Air Force 1s, whether that's true to size or half size down, I feel like sticking with that same size for this pair would be the safe bet. Next up, in terms of the comfort, so unfortunately this isn't the most comfortable shoe out there. Like I mentioned before, the foam insole felt a little bit thin, and overall, while I feel like normal Air Force 1s feel decently comfortable on feet, these ones in contrast felt a little bit more stiff. I couldn't feel as much of that air sole cushioning underfoot. Maybe it's just a matter of breaking them in a bit more, but I also noticed that the rubber spikes made the shoe feel very awkward. It kind of made the shoe feel a little bit unstable, and if I was to keep this in my collection and wear these, I'd probably want to snip off these spikes to make the shoe a little bit more flat, which would then make it a little bit more stable. Finally, in terms of the overall quality and craftsmanship, so first off, material quality, to be honest, I feel like all the materials used on this shoe were synthetic materials. So there's a ton of meshes, a ton of nylons, so there's nothing really about this shoe that feels like it's premium materials. But I gotta say, in terms of the overall build and craftsmanship, I really didn't notice any major flaws at all in my pair. I thought it was very well put together, so at least from that standpoint, it was solid. So with all that out of the way now, let's toss these on feet and I'll show you guys how these look. While I understand that Off-White and Nike are trying to push the boundaries, give us something more futuristic and something that's not cookie cutter, in my opinion at least, this is a pretty horrendous looking sneaker. There's basically no redeeming qualities about the design of this shoe, and to put it bluntly for you guys, I just think this is ugly. First of all, I'm not a huge fan of the Air Force 1 mid anyways, and I just think a combination of the materials I wasn't a fan of, the changes to the classic look of the Air Force 1 mid like the spikes, the secondary lace, and what they did with this wavy midsole, it just really wasn't my cup of tea. And for me at least, this is near the bottom when it comes to Off-White and Nike collaborations. But I'm curious to know what you guys think. Drop a comment down below sharing your opinions on this Off-White Air Force 1 mid. Between this one and the white pair, which of the two do you guys prefer? And in general, talking about this design, are you a fan of this? Is it okay? Or are you not a fan of it at all? If you guys like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. You can follow me on Instagram at esco8, check me out on Twitter at sean.go, and visit my website as well at seango.ca. So until next time, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review. Hopefully I wasn't too negative about this shoe, and apologies if I offended anyone that actually is a fan of this sneaker. But as always, thank you for the love and support, and I'll catch you guys all in my next review.